it's Anne-Marie and welcome to another 30 Days to Distinction tip, which is part of the 30 Days to Distinction challenge. So over the next 30 days, I'm bringing you 30 tips to help you become distinguishable, uncopyable, and irresistible to your ideal client. So you become the choice versus just a choice when they're ready to make a decision. This is tip number 7. Now, are you a multi-passionate person who loves to learn? You've got many interests and you struggle to define who you are and how you can support people into one succinct statement. Me too. I struggled with that for years, to be honest. And in fact, if you've followed me for a minute, you've probably heard me share that before, how multi-passionate individuals who love learning, we need to be mindful not to let that diversity, those diverse interests, water down our message. Because focusing on too many things without a clear and compelling outcome, which needs to speak to that specific outcome your client is looking for, this means that our message is going to get lost in the noise. Now, one of the ways that I watered down my message was years ago when I started speaking about social media to various business groups in our local area. They'd heard about the success that my co-host and I were having, leveraging social media to really amplify the reach of our podcast. And they wanted to know more about that. Social media back then was quite new, some of those platforms. And I was fine. I was happy to share what I had learned and if they could implement and have some of the same successes. However, what happened was my message was getting watered down, and I didn't realize that till I was having a conversation with one of my close colleagues, and we were on the same committee. We'd known each other for years, and we were having a discussion before the meeting started. We were just, her and I, around the boardroom table waiting for others to come into the office. And she was talking about how she'd hired herself a personal branding strategist, and she was looking forward to up-leveling her brand. Mid-sentence, she stopped and she went, "Oh, you're a personal brand strategist." And I said, "Yeah, I am." She said, "Look, I'm so sorry. I forgot all about it." She said, "You've been talking a lot about social media, that I've started to see you more as that social media person." And that was a huge wake-up call for me. And it led me to be far more mindful and strategic about what I agreed to speak about and how I positioned my message. So I wonder, when it comes to your message, are you building your reputation as the go-to trusted authority in that area of expertise, maybe one area of expertise? Or like me all those years ago, are you watering down your message because every presentation that you give, every podcast interview that you give, are you sharing a message that is quite separate from one another? It doesn't come under a specific theme. So in today's tip, I want you to check back over the last 10 pieces of content that you have shared across your social media platforms, your blog, your podcast, or whatever medium that you're using, and ask yourself, are these aligned to a clear and a concise message that positions you as a distinguishable, uncopyable, and irresistible way, or trusted authority in your industry, or not? And if not, you need to make a decision as to how you're going to refine your one thing and which you want to become known for. What is that combination of that experience and knowledge and certifications that will enable you to support your ideal client to achieve their goals and their outcomes? For me, it was helping clients to stand out, to be heard, to become an influential voice in their industry, the trusted authority, the choice versus just a choice for their ideal client. And of course, the message that I'm sharing in this 30 Days to Distinction challenge, it aligns with that overall message. So go ahead, download the Take Action Guide if you haven't already, and start making some notes. Start writing down what you think as you evolve your message, as you continue to clarify that, so that you do become distinguishable, uncopyable, irresistible, and be seen as that trusted authority, the person that's recommended when someone says, "Hey, do you know someone that does you fill in the gap. Well, if that fill in the gap is your area of expertise, that your name is mentioned. So the link to get that Take Action guide, if you haven't already got it, is industrythoughtleaderacademy.com/distinction. Stay tuned for another 30 days to distinction tip tomorrow. I'll see you then.